coughing.
Yep. Got another 2 months, brother.
What?
I'm
You
still
had that
coughing from
cough?
I got sick.
Oh, yeah. I'm like getting paranoid because Trinity's kind of got a little cold right now. And usually when she gets sick, it's like a matter of 3 weeks that it takes to run through the entire house.
Mm-hmm.
And we got like 17 days until we're in Disney World.
Oh my gosh, that would be terrible.
Yeah, May 14th. We're super close now.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, please don't get sick. I'm already having to go to the doctors myself because I'm not breathing anymore for some reason.
Wait, fix that statement so that it makes sense that you're alive.
So, about 3 weeks ago, like, there are random times where I cannot push air through my nose. Like, something in my throat blocks my airway completely, and I cannot breathe through my nose.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, and it just randomly started. And so with it, though, it started making me snore like crazy at night. Like, I've never snored before. Now I snore at night, and I stop breathing while I'm sleeping with, like, sleep apnea style. And it's just like, it just randomly started all of a sudden, and I can just have times where I can't push air through my nose. Something's going on, and I don't know what. So I'm seeing a doctor on Monday about it.
Something that's really simple.
I hope so too, because I don't like snoring. Like, I wake myself up, so I'm only getting like 3 hours of sleep a night because I wake myself up snoring.
Let's just hope we're not talking to a ghost right now.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fitting for the session, right?
Ooh, lots of police cars.
Okay. So, quick recap. Last session, you did some stuff and you traveled. I think it was last session that you convinced Kaya to come with you. But either way, you had stopped in Shirlumin so that she could switch out her learning material to Magic 101. You traveled up through, and I think y'all got some research material there as well. I didn't re-listen to it. Somebody tell me if that was true.
At where?
In Shirlumin? Did y'all stop at the library too?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So then she did her thing. And during your short travel up to Ticknell, she was, of course, bombarding those who use magic to help her. She has nailed down a single cantrip so far, which is, of course, Firebolt. Because
never picking up a dagger again.
Yeah, never picking up a dagger again. No, she was not good with weapons. You arrived in Ticknell. You heard some stories about, I guess, not really descriptive stories about what's in the swamp. Nobody's quite sure what's in there. It's just that they know it's something really, really bad, and it is terror-inducing. Most people have not come back. The one person that you did speak to that came back, all they could say was that they knew they were being watched, that they were being followed, and they were just full of terror about everything that was going on in there. So, I believe that y'all were going to stay the night there before you headed out? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Who was like the person guiding us in?
I don't think anybody was.
I remember talking to someone.
We talked to a turtle. It was like kind of telling us how there's like some things out there that want to kill you.
Yes. So you did talk to a turtle, but I don't believe that anybody was going to lead you guys in.
No, I meant like lead us into town.
Oh, yeah, you were already led into the town.
Yeah, we're in the town. We talked to the mayor, I remember, and
Yeah.
talk to like the only person that had survived it.
Yeah, I just wanted to speak to them and ask them, do you know any place where we could like any place in town that's like more connected to the swamp?
Explain more connected
Spiritually.
spiritually. You want a shaman?
Not exactly, just a location.
Location that is more spiritually connected to the swamp?
Yes.
The swamp is very spiritually connected to the swamp.
Okay, so just anywhere?
Yes. It's just one big mire. So, I'm not exactly sure. Are you looking for like ley lines, places of power? Tim understands where I like Sedona.
You know what? I'll just figure it out later.
Okay. We don't have magic rocks. There's not.
You can get some. You can get some crystals. Purify that negativity.
We do have crystals. There are some malachite that grow closer to the east. But I don't know about any meditating with them or using them for clarity, or if it's a more spiritual place that's more connected to swamp.
What about the temple or church or chapel type thing? Do you have any of those?
Oh, of course. Are you looking for a temple?
Maybe this is what he's asking for, some place that is
I
spiritually
mean-
connected with this land.
Whatever works. I'm not sure myself.
Okay.
I'm kind of just like turning towards Jax to like, is this like what you do?
He just turns into a random alligator and walks off.
Yeah, exactly. So you will be shown to a temple of kinds. Like I said before, all of their buildings are very basic thatch and wood from the swamp itself. There is of course like some clay bricks. That's what their specialization is out here, is clay. The temple is an open building. It's round, and it has just almost like a large tent with just poles holding up the roof. But the poles are just, sticks really, that have been sheared of the bark, and with thatch covering the top with a hole in the middle. Now, the strangest thing about this is that there's a couple of pathways in. There's a couple of seating areas where you can stay out of the waters, but that's it. You're looks to be expected to sit and put your feet in the water itself. And then there is a place within the center. There is a place within the center that you can tell it still has some wood that it's just embers at this point. So you can imagine that the hole in the center of the roof is probably for the smoke to be able to billow out when, because there's no wind in the swamp. Everything just sits.
Can I take out my swords and like just set them in the fire? And
Yeah.
then like just go sit down in like the muddy water?
Yeah, of course.
And then
Yeah,
I'm
like
going to
Service
Try to
also
do
sits
it.
in a thing like a few pews back, and like squishes his feet into the water, like sits down and watches what Yahweh's doing.
Okay.
and I'm just going to like try and meditate in the kind of the way Jax does. And
Okay.
like on my rune of stone.
On your rune of stone. Okay. What does your religion look like?
My religion.
Yeah, that wisdom that you're so good at?
It's intelligence,
Oh, is it
which is not
intelligence?
the greatest. Also,
Huh. All right, what are you trying to accomplish? And go ahead and roll that for me.
I'm really just trying to connect with the land, and then like there's just a flavoring of me learning a new rune.
Okay. Um, so as you put your swords into the embers, sparks, of course, fly out, and you feel a surge of heat as you renew the oxygen to the flames. And you sit down and begin meditating. Did you roll your religion for me?
17.
Very nice. So, as you sit there, your feet in the water,
No, I'm just
This-
full sitting into the
oh,
water.
you're full sitting in the water. You can do that as a lizard. Are you getting over your fear of water?
I mean, it's fear of weather, isn't it?
Oh, okay, it's fear of weather. That makes sense. Okay. So you sit down in the water, and everything around you is fairly quiet as soon as Dorus settles down from the squelching of his feet. And the sound of the insects, which has always kind of been a background noise since you've been here, drowns out everything. It drowns out the feeling of the water, drowns out small sounds of people walking in the distance.
So we'll have to figure out the spirit session thing because it's really stupid. So
I was gonna add music to that. That's why I was.
yeah, so spirit session sounds cool at first, but you can only pick a level spell of necromancy and divination that equates to how many people you had in the spirit session. So effectively, unless I'm going and finding a way to do it in town with people, I'm always going to be limited to level 3 or 4 spells. So really you get penalized by like kind of your group size to an extent. It's a stupid fucking class feature. And on face value, it's like, oh, that's really cool. I can get like another spell, but then you go to use it in practice. You're like, what am I doing? Am I gonna like help these people locate their dead relatives? Like, am I just gonna sing Kumbaya with them for an hour? Like, how does that even look? So we'll just say, until I figure it out, we'll just say I'm gonna go. I think Nemu would want to. I don't know how this would look, but I think he wants to help people locate. Man, was he a fucking... What do they call those people that like a medium?
Mm.
I think that's what he...
So you're not at the temple then?
No, I'm not at the temple.
Okay.
No, I have no reason to be at the temple. No, but so before any of this happened, I think Nemu would have just said, I'm going to go find some people to play music with, effectively. And
Okay.
I think that's what it could, but he wants to do that spirit session thing.
Okay.
Because it gives us in the group, like, the tiny hut, whatever spells that I want to use, too.
Okay. So, then you can't hear music. Soli, what are you doing?
I'm gonna be observing. See what
Okay.
happens when they're doing this.
I don't know if Jax is technically here.
He's
Okay.
a crocodile
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
water.
Okay. I was just trying to see if there were other people doing other things that their sounds would drown out. And you so kind of just fall into the sounds of the swamp here. And within these songs of these bugs and birds and God knows what else is out here, frogs, of course, you begin to hear the thumping or the echo of the thumping that is very familiar that you encountered when you all shifted to that weird place of stone, and when Onyx had taught you the communication that they used to use. So you can begin familiarizing yourself just with that, the vibration that stone holds, the essence that it can encompass, and everything that you know of that it can do. Not only that, but also the tablets of the shale binders, and how you know there's secrets of stone that you have yet to seen unlock. You know it can be done, as you've seen the other side of what is created. But so you are able to delve into that and start working on that. So you go to try and find people to just play music with?
Yeah, I think that's the way I'm gonna have to do it from now, for now, because I don't really know how to do it otherwise. And I've thought about it a lot. I just can't come up with something that doesn't alter his path.
Okay.
Much, that isn't too impactful.
So being as there is little entertainment once the sun begins to go down for most peoples of any D&D world, really, after the meal is completed, you are able to find a group of Ticknell residents who have settled down to tell stories and play song. Of course, Maze End itself is a place of history and technically documented history, as they're told by first, second, third person views. From Mire, who has taken upon the role of storykeeper as far as living goes, and Shirlu Min, who they have the collective library, which literally records people's histories and experiences. The stories here are, you can assume some of them are going to be embellished because that just makes a fun story. But they tell us stories of ancestors here and what or how they believe that the turtles came to be, as this is mostly a turtle settlement, and everything that they had to do to settle Ticknell, fight back the monsters. But you are more than welcome to join in. Start your own song.
If they're already playing something, I would join in with them, rather than trying to, for now at least.
You can, between, as one winds down and picks back up, you're more than welcome to start your own.
Okay. Yeah. He wants to start making his own music too. I just don't know how to go about doing that. I think what I'll do is every night before I go to bed, I'll start working on music,
okay,
and then we can do it as playing a new song when I come up with what I want the song to be about. So for now, I'll just join in on their music and play with them.
Okay. Jax, anything you would like to do this evening?
I'm trying to think I want to fuck with people, just have some fun.
You're gonna fuck with people?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, I gotta pull up my character sheet, but I'm pretty sure I have shape water. So I want to, right on the edge of, the shadow line, mold the water to look like something's moving just outside of sight, just to fuck with everyone and have some fun, because it's been a while.
Okay. So, as you have 3 people within the temple, one of them meditating, the other 2 were just relaxing and enjoying whatever it is that they're experiencing, if anything. And you know, Nemu just doing Nemu and playing music. You're gonna play tricks on the locals. So as everybody is just kind of, you know, finding places to settle in for the evening before they head home, talking, kids are playing, stories are being told. Of course, there actually are some stories, or, you know, just daily stories about what people encountered for the day, what they're going to be doing the next day, just regular bullshit. There is, of course, some talk about you all, and there's a little buzz of excitement about the famed heroes of Mazend visiting Little Ticknell, as it seems to be a very close community, and of course they did have an afflicted here. So as you just kind of find a group that seems to be enjoying themselves, maybe drinking a little bit too much, and having a few laughs. You make this shape out of water just within the shadows, and the one person facing that direction screams and falls backwards onto their shell into the water, as there's just walkways here. So I mean, these creatures live and breathe the swamp. Y'all are lucky to be out of the water for any extended period of time. So he's on his back flailing, and the group cracks up, and he's trying to say, "You need to look over there. What are you laughing at me for? Look, one of the creatures is coming." And everybody turns, but just to fuck with people. By then you've let it disappear, and they all start cracking up again, pull them upright, and they point back over to the area, and they're like, "Nothing's there. You're seeing things. I don't know who spiked your drink, but we all need a little bit of that."
How to get gaslit.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you're gonna do with your shape water?
Nah. That's all. Plus 2 is
So-
like I want to not delay from the main story too much.
Yeah.
So
Well,
just random things throughout the night time. Just
yeah,
having
he's
some fun.
constantly looking over into that corner. Like, just always looking at that line of trees. Just the whole time he's drinking. Kind of like swirls his drink around, and he's like, I don't know about this. Okay, so meditation is complete. By the time the evening, everybody starts settling in for the night.
Yeah. Apparently I need it for as a spiritual focus, but I'm thinking if there's any, like, first of all, as a player of this game, I'm really bummed out there are no shamans. That really bums me out that I can't play a shaman, number 1. And number 2, I feel like there'd be some weird shit in this place.
Yes.
So there's options for focus. There's candles, crystal balls, skull. I don't think Nemo would have a skull. Spirit bar or a whatever, this deck.
That's a tarot deck, right?
Yeah, tarot deck, basically.
Yeah, it's funny because I have y'all run into shamans in different campaigns, but there really isn't.
No,
Had
it's
that
ridiculous.
conversation before.
So your spell focus is a tarot deck?
I can make it, yeah, so I can make it that. Like, I didn't really ever read this part. I'm just going back through my character and reading a bunch of stuff, and
I feel like if you want something different or better for your character.
yeah, but I think it'd be kind
would
of fun
work.
if you used them thinking like they were playing cards. If that made any sense, like he got them and didn't know what they were really, but he used them like as like playing cards.
You're going right back to chaos magic.
You know?
I think it's cool.
It sounds cool,
Chaos
yeah.
card.
No. I'm already a death bard, so I guess it makes sense. It's too bad the College of Spirits, because I really like the spirit idea. It's too bad one of those class things is so shit.
We'll come up with. I mean, you've only been a full-on spirit bard for like 2 sessions, so.
Well, it's just weird. Like, why would you force somebody into playing with like a band of people every fucking day? Because the thing is, it has to happen every day in order to be able to use that spell. So every day you've got to do this spirit session to actually be able to use this feature, and that kind of
Maybe
forces
that's just
you into
like your
this.
annoying morning ritual that you wake us all up with, and you're like, everybody
Yeah.
sing along.
Yeah.
Well, I think it would be cool because you have this song of whatever we called it, where you can summon the spirits from the thing in.
But I don't want to use that all the time because
Serentor.
I don't
No,
want it to
but
do.
you could do it as like a thing where you're not trying to do anything but see how many spirits you summon. And instead of having to be how many people are with it, it's how many spirits you summon, and then we would just roll for it.
Oh yeah, that works. But then I'd have to pick a new spell every day, depending on what I roll for. So I mean, but I'd be willing to try that.
Okay, so the Taraka deck does not have a cost associated with it. However, there would be a seer here.
Oh, perfect.
If you wanted to go to a seer, the deck is going to be very much based on the turtle beliefs, and they worship the land where they are. It's the
So swappy.
ever-present fogs and the creatures of this place. There would be like one with an image of wisps on it versus stars, those kinds of things.
I don't think he would care as long as he can play cards with him.
Yeah. So if you want to spend some time, they will go over with you a few of the cards and what they mean. Then I'll see if I can.
I don't know if he'd care what they meant.
Oh, okay.
I think he just like he wants. I think he wants a deck of cards to play with, and we'll just say like, I want him to have that because I think it'd be cool. But I think he just wants to, even if it was from like, well, no, it has to be like the real thing. Yeah, that's fine. I think he'll go over there, and that's fine.
I have tarot cards.
Nice.
Nice.
Just as a refresher, what is our overall goal here in the swamp?
There's a mysterious presence in the swamp that's causing weird nightmare creatures or something.
Okay, then definitely
Paranoia.
before going to bed, I'll be doing my meditation to see what I can glean from the swamp.
Okay.
You should join me in the chapel.
Yeah. You can go to the temple for that.
Wouldn't I have a stronger connection not in a building though? Unless the building's made
Well,
out
it's like a bottomless thing.
Yeah, so there's benches kind of because it's a circular area. You probably weren't able to hear that. It's a circular area to open, and the only thing within the circle area are benches to sit in. But you're supposed to like dip your feet into the water as you are within this temple. So everything here is connected. It's a very druidy place. Yeah, very druidic and
It's a Flintstones
shamanistic.
chapel.
It is a Flintstones chapel.
Oh,
So
yeah, I'll
you-
definitely do that then.
Okay, so you can connect. It is an hour. So yours is an hour as well as how long EOA did his thing. So just for validation, roll your vibe check.
Oh, by the way, Dorus and Soli, when I finished my meditation, you saw for like a glimpse my eyes to glow. That quickly faded.
Well,
13.
13. As you're sitting there, I would say the beginning of the area that they have evacuated is on the edge of the eastern side where you're at. Everywhere around you seems to be, the majority of what's around you, I'll say that, seems to be in harmony. There doesn't seem to be anything odd or even any strong recent historical events that have taken place here. But the closer you get to the east, there's a sense of foreboding and almost a quivering to the swamp itself in fear. On that very edge is the depths of your nightmares. It's like, what would it feel like to dip a toe into a pool of your greatest fears? Like that. No.
Anyway.
Did you feel something?
You could say that. I felt a disturbance like in the force or something.
What is the force?
Like the force of the area, like over where we are, it's peaceful. But if you go towards the east, it just ain't, it's like scary shit feeling. Well, I don't know what you're doing, but yeah, if you're looking for something, the east is where it's at.
I was also like kind of connecting with the land, sort of, but in more like a earthy way. Did I feel anything wrong here?
I'm trying to think, because the as far as earth, like rock goes, this place is very, not solid. It's a lot of clay and silt. Roll a wisdom. Wisdom? What would that be?
So, with me kind of guiding him towards the east side, can I use guidance on him to try to help him?
Yeah. This carrot has a mushy spot.
That's disgusting.
You can add a D4 to your check.
So without adding anything, that is a 16. But if it's wisdom, 15.
Okay, plus a D4.
That's with it.
Oh, all right. Sweet. It's up there.
Okay, 15. There isn't much solid here. However, being that there's nothing solid here, and also that the water table is extremely high, there shouldn't be hollows under the ground. But you could hear echoes beneath you, close to the east.
Jax, did you feel the caves beneath us?
I kind of focused more on like what the living things were kind of pointing me to that was affecting them. So I didn't really go below, if that's what you're saying. I kind of stayed up at the top and felt like the scary ooiness from the east.
I'm feeling like caves beneath the east portion.
Maybe that's how it moves around.
I wonder if it's all underwater or just all swamp down there.
At least we have some sort of direction.
Just doesn't tell us much of what it is.
Anybody
but
want to
we can
roll a
handle it.
history check or, general knowledge?
I can go ahead and do that, or someone else wants to.
I would be at
reconvene, babe.
disadvantage since I don't have memory of anything, so it's not me.
Do we all roll or just one of us?
It's up to you. It depends on if you think that you would have studied anything around, as far as monsters go, mainly monsters. Like, we're trying to identify possibly an idea of what could create this kind of aura, as well as would tunnel. So it just depends on
I'm
what you
gonna do
studied.
it based on my knowledge
Okay.
to see if
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
so I might have like disadvantage because I desert
Yeah,
knowledge.
I would say you would have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Dorus, you would have, of course, a flat roll because you're studious. You're studious, brother.
It's history.
no.
Yeah.
I got a 7.
Okay.
I got 15. for history.
Nice. Jolie?
Got a 9.
Okay. Well, that
Yeah.
actually makes a lot of sense. Okay. So, Dorus, you can do history if you 16? Okay. So you all reconvene. Dorus, you're kind of batting around all of these the knowledge that you've gleaned from what Eoway felt and what Jax felt. There's quite a few creatures, natural creatures, not naturals, natural creatures that you're aware of that burrow. Now, the idea that a creature can burrow, but also have the area dry enough to cause an echo. There's only one creature that you know of that has a way to coat the tunnels to seal them. But they don't cause the kind of thing that's happening. However, as you all talk, Nimu, you come to an idea that, of course, maybe the creature is one of the, there's a word here, infused,
Oh yeah.
that with some kind of mind manipulation, possibly, which, as you kind of bounce back and forth, would make sense, being that spirit line of the weave is the one that's been most affected and has been the one that's been most affected since you found out about it. But the creature is called a core spawn crawler. Now, they're not nice. They generally stick to packs. They're not nice creatures. But they really like darkness. A lot. Quite a bit. And they have a kind of, being that they're insects, they have a little bit of a hierarchy, you know, like an ant colony. You got the workers who are smaller, and then you have like the soldiers who are a little bit bigger, and then you have like the majors who may have some innate magical ability, maybe. But this, beyond anything you've heard of these creatures. That smells delicious. I'll get one on break. So, from y'all's understanding, it is a burrowing insect creature that is able to seal its tunnels and subterranean infrastructure from moisture, likes to hunt in packs, and
Do they live underground? Would we know that?
yes, they do live
Yeah,
underground.
They live underground. So
They are technically blind, but they have, but you know, they can still see. They're medium. They're not that big, and they swallow a horse. No, they're medium.
Okay.
They're medium creatures.
Can they swim, or is it most likely these tunnels are sticking to the ground?
I don't believe they can swim. They've never been known to swim. We'll put it that way.
Good.
From our history rolls, do we know if it's like a natural creature to this world, or if it's something from like another plane or whatever? Like, is it a messed up thing, or is it a normal thing?
We'll call it a normal thing. You know, they're just really advanced ants that are assholes.
Are they sentient? Can they speak languages?
Not the workers, but the majors can. No,
I
they
feel like
don't.
we're all
They can't. They can't truly speak. But
they can understand complex like ideas, kind of thing.
probably not in any languages. They have their own communication system.
Right. That makes sense. They're not idiots. That they're just doing
Right.
Unless I just talk to them.
We'll find out.
Do we know what creature type they are? Don't you have to speak with beasts?
They're not.
Yeah,
a beast.
insects are not a beast.
Yeah.
But then fine. Just fine.
Just fine. It's fine. It's gonna be great, guys. It's gonna
I
be
have
great.
a plan.
Okay. So, preemptively, I will say if there's any spells that any of you could prepare for the next day to protect your mind, this might be a good time to do so. I'm gonna eat a carrot.
Can we fasten a helmet that'll protect our brains?
Get a tinfoil hat.
Yeah, tinfoil hat.
We all walk out there like Magneto.
Yeah, y'all are just now taking a long rest. That would be funny.
Like, we enter the chapel
Guessing.
normal, and then we come out with tinfoil hats.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they would actually be, but I'm guessing monstrosity. There's no like insect like race in 5e.
There isn't.
Not race, but creature type.
Technically, the creature type is aberration, but we can call
Oh,
them
okay.
monstrosities. I'm actually going off of like just a regular monster.
As we like discuss all these things that like I'm remembering things from a book I read, and Nimu's remembering things from God knows where, and everyone else is like snooping around. Like as we talk about all this, do we get a sense that like this is what's plaguing the village? This is the problem here, or is this like they're just here because that's where they live, and you know they're just in proximity to this village?
So you know that the largest of these creatures versus the queen, like the queen technically doesn't do much, but what is it? It's worker ant. You have majors. You have anyway. I don't know. The biggest of the big. Yeah. So you have the workers, the soldiers, and the majors. If you're talking about an ant colony, like the major ones, they can release spores that can confuse the mind. They do make a sound that can confuse you, but it's when they're threatened. So
But what I'm asking is, I'm not asking like the history of these creatures. I'm asking, is this the problem that we came here to solve, or are these just creatures that happen to live here, and there's still another monster out there that we need to go find? Because the rumor that we heard was there's a monster plaguing the river. This doesn't really seem to line up with that.
I thought it was
you
just
know,
plaguing Ticknell.
Yeah, but
If
the rumor was like one single like large monster or something. This would be like a colony of monsters, right?
yeah, but if you never see him because you're too scared to go there, everybody else comes up dead. You just kind of assume it's one guy.
I'm just trying to like put the pieces together in my mind.
Yeah.
Is this what we're actually here for?
I guess we could have asked the people in town.
So you have.
We already did that.
Yeah, there was one person who had survived and come back, but anybody who has survived has never actually seen the creatures. However, being that it is a hive mind, it technically is acting as one creature.
Are these things poisonous?
Poison? No.
I'm debating between two of my runes.
That's cool. Yeah, if I said river, Ticknell technically has rivers, but it's all swamp.
It's all river.
It's just all river. It's just wet.
Isn't it like
Now that makes sense.
swamp is technically part of the river?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There is a waterway that goes all the way through. Actually, one way to get out of Mazend is to take the boats from Ticknell out.
From my history check, do I know if there's like, since it's a hive mind, is there like a queen or like a main being that controls the hive? Like if we moved the queen, perhaps, maybe we could just move them somewhere else?
Yes. But it is still the queen would be considered a large creature.
Right. But if we could convince it somehow, or maybe entice it to leave this area, maybe it'd be good for the city.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Assuming it's not not a infused creature. But from the strength of what's going on here, you can assume it's an infused creature.
Well, I might have a way for us to move the queen semi-easily.
I have fire.
Should you guys want to try it, I can polymorph her into something smaller. Because it's up to an hour, so we could get quite a bit away.
But I imagine if we get to the point where we can reach the queen or the leader, it's very difficult to get out of there safely.
Well, I mean, these creatures have been killing people. I feel like it would be
They're definitely going
dangerous
to
just
not want us in their nest or hive or whatever this is.
I feel like it would just be too dangerous to let it go somewhere else.
Depending how many exit tunnels there are, we can always smoke one end of it too. You know, fall some trees, throw a bunch of shit in, and then light it on fire. Because they're going to go out the other end.
Right, but most of this is maybe underwater as well.
Yeah, but these things don't like water. They're going to be in dry tunnels.
I was thinking just like, cut the several openings in the ends of their tunnels so to flood the entire place. But yeah, fire works too if we can get it to work.
I mean, yeah, we do have more water readily available. However, like many ecosystems, if you displace all the water into the tunnels, it's going to lower it everywhere else. We do run the risk of making it too low and affecting some of the area, depending on how big these tunnels are.
Looks like it just create fire whenever.
That's why I was going with that fire idea.
Plus Soli is fire.
Yep.
Lots of fire.
Yep. Fire incarnate.
All the AoE fires.
Yep.
Have we seen any other holes?
No, you have not ventured east yet. Nobody has. I mean,
Just basing it off of what Yahweh said.
I think we should kill the queen.
It's possible we could. I don't know what happens with the rest of the soldiers and things when we dies, if we flash out or they leave or what, but
I mean, I could always just talk to them too, because they might just be protecting their own. I mean, if they're not actively out hunting people, but whenever people go over to the east side and end up dying, they could just be protected. Might be more reasonable just persuade them to go further away from a civilization to where people wouldn't bother them.
Has like this this hive been moving around the swamp?
Expanding.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably just getting bigger and it's coming into the village's edges.
The only problem with freezing the water in a great distance is that it's going.
I mean, if it's either me or the ecosystem, I'm just saying.
That's true.
It'll recover. It'll come back. It's fine. It might take a decade or two, but it'll come back.
What about disguise? Could we do some sort of disguise or like pheromones or something to get ourselves in and meet the queen at least and see if we can communicate or not? That would be. I would rather do that than fight our way in.
We can cover ourselves in mud.
That would never come off my feathers.
Not sure that it would work, but we could try, I guess. I just wondered if anyone had ideas. But if we wish to talk to the queen, that would be the way to go. To try and convince them to do something else. Maybe expand to the east instead of west, towards the city.
What's to the west?
Well, they're to the east of the city, so I assume the city's to the west of them. And then to the east of them would be like more mountains and other shit. But I think Doris's idea would be, if we can, I don't want to fight my way in because I think it's going to be a pretty tough fight. But if we can sneak our way in somehow or like disguise our way in and get to the point where we can actually communicate with the queen, see what they need or want.
So I have a general
That's his
question.
idea.
Keeping in mind, if we're down there and we disguise ourselves as the queen, and we get into their lair, and then they still want to kill us, we are now surrounded by all of them.
So general question. If something is blind, what other senses do they have?
Smell.
Yeah,
They're
smell,
weird.
hearing, yeah, feel. Like they have little antlers that feel everything.
What is the biggest one as a D&D mechanic?
Sound, for sure.
Well, the ground field. Yeah.
Tremor sense.
Tremor sense, yeah. Yeah, so they'd be able to feel us walking on the ground.
Saying.
Also, if we fly in, they might not see us coming, yes?
Well, I mean, I also have an answer to that.
Well, I could fly.
I could just destroy all the ground.
I mean, isn't that a limited space?
Thought you wanted to protect the ecosystem.
Oh no, that was just me.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I mean, if I make them
Oh,
collapse in on themselves with earth, the water won't replace it. It'll just lower the ground level a little bit.
But these tunnels span for miles. You would have to use it thousands of times.
Yep, we could be here for a while. But I'll get the job done.
I feel like they would catch on pretty quick and maybe come up and try to fight us from doing this.
I like the idea of smoking them out and then leading a trap at the last tunnel.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as we can pinpoint how many exits there are, we can control them.
This is probably pretty big hive. I don't think we're being able to find all the exits. It's very reasonably easy.
Or we could just slaughter them all. Whatever works.
I'm okay with eliminating the bugs.
Yeah, same here. I don't like bugs.
They're bigger than me.
I wonder how they would taste.
Not great.
I wouldn't try it.
Well, I think if we are going straight up fight them, then the idea is find an entrance, fight our way through to the queen, kill the queen, and hope they scatter. Yes?
As long as they're not like sacred to the elephant or the turtle people.
Well, they've obviously been killing the turtle people, so I don't think they will care if we
Okay.
destroy a nest of
Elimination
insect
it is.
peoples.
Hmm.
I'm okay with killing them all.
So you make your way. Unless there's any other preparations that you would like to make.
We get a last long rest, right?
Yeah. Y'all got a long rest.
All right, cool, 'cause I wanted to change a couple spells.
Yeah.
I want to
yeah.
ask the townspeople, what is their preferred ways to move through the swamp, like off the pathways? Like, do they have any unique tools or things that they've figured out so that way we might be able to avoid tricky terrain or anything like that?
So technically, where you are heading, quite a bit of it was once part of Ticknell, so it is settled. So there's walkways. There might even be like a few rope bridges that are a little bit higher for buildings during great floods where they would retreat to. So the way shouldn't be incredibly tough, depending on how far you're going to go. Now, further to the east, they're like up against where the hills begin. There are deeper pools of water where they fished with like really small boats. And then it's just after that is where the hills of this area start. So you should be okay for the most part.
Okay. Ooh, actually, I have another question.
Okay.
I want to find whoever seems like they know the most about Ticknell before it was abandoned. Did you have parts of the city that went underground itself? Because maybe these things aren't building their own tunnels. Maybe they're using existing ones if there was.
Well, we have built on top of Ticknell after Ticknell after Ticknell. Our land sinks frequently, and every few decades we have to build again. We never did have tunnels, though, because to live underground here, you would have to be able to seal the tunnels or be able to breathe water, which none of us can do.
Are you saying there's thousands of years of tunnels underneath the city we could possibly explore if we could breathe underwater?
Not tunnels, but old Ticknells. Yes?
These old Ticknells would have more answers for us.
Possibly. That was even before my time, if that's what you're looking for. Ticknell has been Ticknell no matter how many times we've built it for however many years I've been alive, and it's a lot.
Has this monster problem been a recent thing, or it's been plaguing you for generations?
Oh, this is very recent.
Does it make sense then that we could, if we can evict them somehow, like get them out of here or force them out of here even, then it would be better for the city, yes?
Well, if these creatures are underground, we've never had anything underground living here in my lifetime because, once again, if they can't breathe water, that just doesn't make any sense. But if you can force them out,
they're not normal creatures. They can go tunnel under great depths of earth. They can get in places that normal beings like us cannot.
Oh, well, great. If you want to send them somewhere, send them into the hills because nobody lives there.
I kind of look around the group and I'm like, I think it is worth exploring the ruins of previous Ticknells, or
I think it would be cool.
I think so too.
We would have to
Shot.
breathe underwater, though, right?
perhaps I can in the morning I can help out with that. If we do want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I actually can help us breathe underwater. I'm gonna see how many times I can do it though, because it's a higher spell.
Yeah,
So-
I'm gonna take just for like total party, like outside of game stuff. I'm gonna take water breathing and I'm gonna take water walking for tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
So 10,
Nice.
10 creatures on both of those. Water walking is an hour and water breathing is 24 hours. So we can all
Okay.
breathe underwater for 24 hours if I cast it.
Okay, yeah, because so you can do that on everyone.
Up to 10 creatures.
Okay, yeah, because I can also do air bubble, which would basically give us bubbles over our heads and we can breathe underwater. But
I think the
works
water
better.
breathing is better because it's 24 hours and I
Yeah.
don't have to concentrate on it.
Yeah, it's a super strong spell.
Actually, air bubble is the same.
Really?
24-hour duration.
Okay. Wow.
Yep.
How
Interesting.
many creatures is it though?
I have to recast it on everybody, so I have to use all my spell slots.
Oh yeah,
It's a-
no.
Yeah,
Water
let me
breathing
breathing
is
do
a
it.
second
Then.
level
It's just,
spell.
it's just one slot, yeah, for 24 hours for all of us.
Yeah, I would definitely go with that.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Nope, that sounds good.
Okay. So, from what you understand as far as what's underground here, the woman you were speaking with made it sound like the Technol has always been Technol, which means that the at least the layers that she's been around for are probably the same wood and thatch, which of course the thatch itself would, and the wood would just be like turn into silt.
It would
Or
biodegrade, yeah.
it would biodegrade. Now, whether or not there were other things here that would be buried deeper, that's a completely different story. Exactly. You already know that this area was settled by the first ones. There was a great expanse here, but the only thing that they left was the temple, and not even the entirety of the temple. They covered it with a mountain, which then eroded away enough to be the very little that you see now. So there very well might be something under there, if you want to go that deep, or if you end up that deep. So
Who wants to buy a shovel?
Doris is not convinced that we need to do that to get rid of these ant people. Like, it's
Yeah.
not necessarily the same problem.
right.
Hey, Jazz, do you have to take away anything important to be able to do water breathing?
No, it's just a spell. I just give up other spells.
That's what I mean. If you have to give up stuff, like I just looked through my spell list. I've got water breathing as well. So
Yeah, no, I'm just give up some stuff that I never use. It's fine.
okay, sounds good. I just want you to take away something important for it.
Carrying some stuff.
That's why I'm
So-
always asking for long rests because I can redo all my spells.
Yeah. It's nice that two of us can do that.
Yeah.
By the way, the reason why I was cracking up was because you talking about the city sinking and rebuilding made me think of Monty Python, and that's the video link I put in there.
Oh, it made me think of Futurama when the aliens come take over and then burn down the city, and then they build it up again, and then they burn it down again.
So I think Futurama took the joke from Monty Python. 'Cause they
Probably,
did the same
probably.
thing. But that's why I was cracking up. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Swamp Castle from Holy Grail.
I wonder if it's rude to ask how many Technos have you been here for?
Yeah. I have been through 5 iterations of Techno. And I've loved every single one of them.
Why do they keep going bye-bye again?
The swamp, if it's great at anything, it's great at recycling.
Does the water keep raising, or why does it keep swallowing your city?
Because it's very, very soft down there. I mean, I'm sure you've seen everything around here is made of clay. This is where we build all of the tiles for the entirety of Maze End and beyond. It's where we do all of the crafting for stoneware. I guess it wouldn't be stoneware, it's ceramics. That's what we do, because literally we're just on a great quicksand of clay.
It's the same reason they don't build stuff in the Amazon, because it gets fucking swallowed up every
Yeah, it just
season.
swallows.
It just goes away every year.
Yeah. So, you head into the swamp.
Shall we? I feel like we need to scout out the area to see what we're dealing with first.
Well, we need
Yeah.
a plan. Are we going head on attack, or are we trying some easy shit to try and force them out? Or
Maybe we should first focus on finding a point of entry
I'm good.
and then plan from there.
I'll fly ahead just to scout a little bit, just to see if I see anything.
Okay.
So I'll take flight and.
How high are you going?
Maybe
Like-
60 feet or so.
Above the treetops?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably. Like, I don't know, whatever would give me the best view of, like, how many trees are in the area? Like, how thick is it?
It's dense. The trees themselves, the tree trunks are not dense. It's the canopy. Like, these trees branch out incredibly far, and then in between them you have vines and mosses that just even, like, make it even thicker and heavier, which is one of the reasons there's no wind down here. Wind cannot reach this place. It's just a constant, deep, heavy moisture.
Should we rent a canoe or is it fine?
There's no point. You would have to carry it over areas.
do we need a boat, or is it like is there a clear path that is actually solid ground, or is it all mud all the time?
You'd be able to see there are walkways because there is still part of the city over there. The places that they've abandoned. So you'd be able to find walking paths. Everything is made of wood.
I think we follow a walking path as far as possible. Yes.
Now you'll
Yeah.
find that. Go ahead.
And just remember, we'll keep it in our back pocket. If we want to ask them some questions, I made sure to learn how to speak with them.
Cool.
We'll leave that up to you, buddy.
Wait, will it even work? Because if they're not animals,
They're
Yeah,
not
it probably
beasts.
They're an
won't.
abomination.
Can't speak with animals.
which
Yeah.
we would have knew that
Yeah.
yesterday, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna change that then. Sorry,
Okay.
erase what I just said.
Rewind.
But we don't know much about the queen. Maybe they can, communicate with us some other way.
Now you know that they can communicate with each other. May very well be that the queen or whatever is causing this effect can communicate in a different way. No matter what they are. They can telepathically communicate with each other. So maybe the queen or whatever is causing this is smarter and can telepathically communicate in a language everybody can understand.
Yeah, and if it comes to it, I can cast sending and send a message that
Oh,
if
that's
they
true.
have intelligence greater than 1, they can understand the meaning of my message at least.
Yeah, they definitely have an intelligence greater than 1. Even the smallest of the worker ants. So Nemu takes flight. You all begin walking the path in. Now it is about 3/4 of a mile of nothing before you know where this is supposed to begin. Now, okay.
I was just saying, I think I'm going to stay right underneath the tops of the trees.
So I need you to roll perception.
Okay.
Actually, everybody roll perception for me.
Do I get any bonuses for having dark vision?
Can I be smelling as well? I want to smell any weirdness.
All right, so you want a bonus for
Dark vision.
dark vision. No,
Okay.
it's low light.
24.
Smell? 24. Beautiful. Sully?
Got a 3.
Wow. Okay, that works.
Well,
You
that's
just
not
have
the
fire
worst
ready.
one.
Yeah,
That's
it's not
the worst one
Well,
because
So-
I got a 0.
So Lee is got her fire going. Your
Yeah.
cloud is constantly crackling at this point. Not flashing brightly with lightning, but just crackling as you're just waiting in expectation of what's to come, because you've heard these stories of just these everything, like the trees coming to life and you feeling like you're being followed and something is after you no matter where you are in this area. Anyway, I don't even have an excuse for 0.
Oh, I found the skull. I wonder, look at the teeth.
There you go. You found a skull. You know,
Is it a turtle skull?
it wouldn't be. What it would be is a bony fish skull that has like really strange flat teeth. They're really weird. Yeah.
But
Little
you love
yellowed.
the teeth.
Yeah. So that's why you have a 0. But you just happen to be, but like somebody's in front of you and somebody's behind you. So at least you're being kept on the path. You know, kind of corralled.
I haven't rolled because I want to know if I can take advantage for smelling anything out of the normal swampy ordinary.
Sure.
I want to try and smell these creatures like before we hit them. Oh, thank God I did that. 24 total.
Not as an owl, I have
Insight.
advantage on perception when it pertains to.
No, but we had discussed that because there are other species that have keen keen smell, for instance, and that you should for sight.
Hmm.
So roll again.
Insight, that's a thing, I think. So
It should be.
No, I think it actually is a thing.
Okay, so still 16. It is for the, you know what it is? It's for the owl monsters. It is not for the owlins, which is wrong. I think that's just shit. I'm sorry. I guess they don't give it to him because they have flight.
That is poo poo.
Like you have flight, so I
mean,
guess
I
I get
feel
it.
like owlins are just a worse Aarakocra.
Yeah, or better, because Aarakocra don't have big fucking eyes. Anyway, okay, so
Yeah, we at least have 120 feet of dark vision.
So you take flight. Everybody begins walking forward. Dorus, the first thing you notice, I will say this, is there is a constant droning of sounds. Yeah, it's not just insects, but it's also of the frogs in the area. You hear constant splashing of things leaping into the water or maybe slithering into the water as you make your way past what those of Ticknell have deemed safe. Now, I need everybody to roll either a wisdom saving throw. Let's just call it a wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
12.
A wisdom or charisma. I'm sorry. Whatever's better.
Oh, yeah,
19.
18.
17.
Got a 28.
Holy shit.
3.
Gas monkey.
A 3! Of course it's you. That just makes sense. I need you to roll a D100.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
That'll be
Where's my
fine, mostly.
D100? $92.
Okay.
I blow up.
Now, as we've already determined, you are walking between two people. Now, you are just now entering this area. And you suddenly stop dead in your tracks. Whoever's behind you slams into you. And you know, for a fact, somebody at this very moment is watching your every fucking move and judging you horribly for plucking a tooth out of a skull.
Do I get any sense of direction?
No. And now
just-
they want to pull one of your teeth and add it to their own necklace.
I just brandish my swords and light them on fire immediately.
2 swords, and then the fire erupts. Now, we can say that solely you're behind him because fun. And Eoway is darting, looking around in every direction. The skull drops from his hands.
I definitely pocketed the tooth, though.
Oh, of course you pocketed the tooth. You still have the tooth. So you're looking in every direction, Eoway. You can't see anything. Nothing. As you're constantly moving your swords to try and light every single shadow up.
Where is it? I'm just shouting. Where are you?
Well, what's wrong?
There's someone watching us.
Can you feel it? Watching. Do you know what direction?
Can I see anything?
So
With my keen owl birdie vision.
yeah, so your keen owl birdie vision, as you're trying to fly low enough to where you can still see what's going on, but high enough to be out of danger of anything. You see more of Ticknell, these scattered buildings, and you can see where the old, maybe the central area where they used to gather for meals, those kinds of things. You can see where all of that is. Now, you begin to feel this pressure around you of just not quite fear, but like you're just waiting for something to jump out at you, but not necessarily to the extent that Eoway is. It's just this tingle under your skin. The feathers on the back of your neck raise just a tiny bit. And you're trying to find out where it's coming from. And you don't see anything yet. I will say that. Dorus,
Okay.
as you're smelling this, everybody's kind of getting those tingles on the backs of their neck. You know, like somebody walking over your grave. You begin smelling the area. Now, you continue to walk for a while. You don't smell anything out of sorts. There's nothing that isn't just the smell of the creatures here. And then the fog shifts just the tiniest bit, as if some kind of small breeze, or you could barely call it a breeze, kind of shifts in the area, and you catch a strong, briefly smell of body odor? Maybe? And you turn back around to let everybody know, as I would assume that you're leading, and you see Eoway quite a few steps back from you now, stop dead in the middle of his tracks, with his swords brandished, just constantly shifting every which way.
I'll just like look at Yahweh with his swords out and be like, I think we have found one of the entrances. And see what happens.
You tell Eoway that?
Yeah. I just like look back at the whole party, I guess, if I'm leading.
Okay.
I think one of those creatures is watching us. And I'm just
Yeah,
checking.
if I can detect what direction the smell is coming from, I'm gonna point towards it with my trunk.
Okay. So Dorus points in a direction, we'll just say northeast-ish, doesn't really matter. And of course, Eoway, you're like, yeah, we gotta find these things because they're just not okay. And you all kind of veer around that direction, follow the pathways, the winding pathways that go around buildings and whatnot here in this older part of Ticknell. You could tell it's probably not this. The first area you went through had not been abandoned long, maybe months. But the deeper in you go, it's been a year or more, as the thatch on the top of the roofs has begun to deteriorate. There's not a lot left. The smell becomes stronger and stronger. Nemu, you've flown quite a ways ahead of the group by now. You won't have trouble finding them, A, because of your dark vision, but B, because EOA's swords are still on fire and lighting the way.
Oh, is it dark in here? If so, I would have cast light on my staff.
It's dim. The light on your staff would help. It's not too dark to where you can't see.
Yeah, I'm using it mostly to not step in a bunch of goop.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of, you know, huh?
We don't need to worry about them seeing us with the light.
Oh, it's true. You know, they're blind.
Yeah, they can probably feel us walking around. So.
Nemu, just as you're about to turn back because you haven't seen anything, strange mound becomes visible. I would say by this time you've probably made at least twice the distance, because you're able to fly in a straighter line than they are able to walk. It looks just like a giant mound of clay. But as you get closer, you realize that instead of being like a termite mound or an ant mound where there's a bunch of different little holes, this just has one big hole to enter from. And you hear a droning. Very, very low and quite a distance away. But you do hear something strange. About this same time, Dorus, this smell is almost overpowering. And what was Jax's perception?
Very high.
24. Jax, two things that you begin to notice. One, beginning to echo through this entire area is the sounds of very small but numerous cries coming from everywhere. They're short-lived, but persistent. And we'll take a break. Because Tim's coffee smells so fucking good sitting next to me. I know it's gone.
I couldn't make it to the break. I had to go so bad.
Oh, you're good. I've got to make coffee because it just smells really. I'll be
Time to
right
be
back.
up all night.
A decaf. It's deep. Anyway, swamps do swampy things. Also. Oh, yeah. Like a crocodile?
Do you have those little pads on your feet that you can like climb up trees, like vertically?
I would think that they're more like, because he's
Oh, he has
technically
claws.
like a
He has
desert.
claws.
Yeah, so desert would be digging, fairly wide spreading fingers and toes so that you could like stand on the sand or run on the sand.
I feel like I'm made for burrowing, not
Yeah.
swimming.
So you'd be able to dig really well, which might come in handy.
I feel like you could climb a fucking tree like a mother. Just get right
Yeah.
up there, right? With those claws.
Probably. I do gain 15 minutes of air. So I can just hold my breath for 15 minutes.
That's pretty cool.
Also might come in handy.
Like, bring on the underwater combat. I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah. I'm afraid of underwater combat. Because the rules for underwater combat are a pain in the ass.
Is it just like reverse flying?
Well, it's like slashing, I believe, is like half damage. Any kind of physical attack, I think, is half damage. Or rolled with disadvantage because of the water. What's it called? When you push against something, there's something to push you.
I just imagine
Surface
you just
tension?
have like half movement without a swimming speed, and that was it.
No, there's a bunch of stuff. A bunch of stuff. So pretty much most, or at least half of your players are going to be at disadvantage or having their shit halved. You're going to have some that don't have a swim speed, and you're all going to be up against creatures who literally are born like to bite and live underwater. It's just a freaking crazy, insane thing. But I think water breathing actually gives you, does it give you a swimming speed? Or does it not?
I think that's a expeditious retreat or something. There's a movement spell that allows you movement in water.
Anyway,
I can only let us walk on top of the water or breathe under the water. That's all I
yeah,
can do.
no swimming speed.
Aqueous affinity. Duration 8 hours.
Was
Really?
that the homebrew
Yep.
spell?
It says you touch a willing creature to grant it the ability to take action underwater with ease. For the duration of the spell, the target gains a swimming speed equal to their movement speed, and making weapon attacks underwater no longer imposes disadvantage on the attack roll. While submerged in water, the target also has advantage on all dexterity saving throws.
Huh.
It is awesome.
Yeah,
I
you
thought
would use
was
that
a
only once.
homebrew spell that I
Is it
added.
a homebrew? Oh, is it your homebrew that we had
Yeah,
just got added to my
that's
campaign?
in my file.
That's hilarious. I don't mind it. I like it.
Because I
Um,
remember writing something with that name.
That's funny. Kinda like it. Anyway, so that's what you see. Jax, that's what you hear for the very moment as y'all continue walking and smell. Yeah, you see the lump with a hole in it. So, while he's coming back, Jax, as you guys continue walking, and Dorus is like spaniel locked in a direction with his trunk constantly going. Within these short-lived cries, you now hear a strange whimpering whisper And you, this isn't short-lived. It is just continuous, as if somebody is just constantly whimpering and whispering to themselves. Now, you were going to send a message?
Yeah, I'm gonna use sending. Let's send a message to Yahweh. And just let him know the direction that I can see him in. I'll let him know like the approximate distance. Big mound, giant hole in the center. I'd probably say like a X amount of time walk, so like 15-minute walk or 20-minute walk in X direction.
Okay.
And just to let you know where I saw the mound and how close we are to it.
I'm going to like use that knowledge and like the insight check that I made, just like to center myself and focus.
Okay. So I would assume that the flames die from your swords. Are you going to share this information with the group?
Yeah.
And I'll start flying back.
Okay. So back to Jax, that's what you hear. And of course, Dorus, as you walk, the smell gets stronger and stronger. Everything else is now drowned. Everybody can now smell it. It is just, prepubescent boy locker room. Campbell soup. Fuck you. I did not need to know that.
I always thought it smelled like Campbell soup.
I don't need to. I never,
Chicken
ever,
noodle.
ever needed to know that.
You're never gonna eat chicken noodle Campbell soup anyway.
This is true, but still.
The condensed one, you won't eat that.
Okay, so Jax, are you going to say anything?
I'm gonna look around and see what everyone else in the group is doing to see if anyone else might have a sense of, like, does it look like anyone else hears it?
Yeah, Doris is fixed on where the smell is coming from, and he's pointing at it, he's looking at it.
It's coming from the hole, right?
Assume it's coming from the mound.
You don't see a mound. I would say
I
right
don't know,
now
but
you're
there's a strong smell that I'm smelling.
Is it
I'm
the
like
same
pointing
direction?
and going
though?
towards it.
No, not really. Y'all are just kind of within a very, very old part of Ticknell at this point. And the buildings around you, many of them have kind of crumbled, but the smell seems to be coming from a building that I guess would now be considered a lean-to, where it once was a great building of some kind, and one side of it has collapsed down, and the framing, at least for the thatch, has kind of collapsed in. And at least part of the walls are enough to where it would be considered kind of shelter. That's where the smell is coming from.
Can we like look inside of it?
Doris is focused on that. He wants to go check that out.
Okay. So, as you walk closer, Dorus, you can pretty much just stop inhaling this as much as you can. Maybe start breathing through your mouth. Yeah. It's strong.
I just stopped
The
breathing altogether.
Yeah, you just stop breathing altogether. You can now all hear these whimpering whispers coming from within. Though they are deep. And as you peer around the corner, you see a giant, some kind, an ogre, huddled on the ground, curled up as small as they can be. And in front of them are what you would consider quite large, but small to them, some kind of glazed, bright colored and shiny ceramics that they are just moving in little tiny increments and just whimpering and whispering to themselves.
Are they like trying to repair it?
Nothing seems to be broken. They're just these beautiful ceramics. As if you want to take a closer look, trying to get a better idea, especially with your dark vision, you realize that they would be maybe like 2-foot tall figurines in just a myriad of pretty colors with a lot of glaze on them so that they shine. But they look like figurines of peoples. Many of them are turtles. Some of them may be like the Vulpin of the area, maybe a hedge, but they're all just figurines.
Are they life-sized?
No, not quite life size. You know, like, they're small. They're, you know, about 1.5 to 2 feet big. But, you know, to Nemu, they would be quite large.
Probably the size of me.
Almost. But they don't seem to notice you.
I just look back towards Durus like, should we?
Yeah, I feel like
do
we're
any-
both at the doorway at this point, right?
Just watching this poor, pitiful creature. And they seem to be quite emaciated.
Can I like detect thoughts from this distance?
Yeah, for sure. Quite easily, actually. So, as you cast Detect Thoughts on this being, it is a looping conversation that, as they slowly move each figurine, we're with you, Truk. We're with you, Truk. Here, Truk. We're here, Truk. And then from the creature's mind, I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. There's no monsters, Truk. There's no monsters, Truk. There's no monsters, Truk. It's just this looping conversation of them trying to make themselves feel safer, feel like they're with others, I suppose.
I'm going to like relay that somehow to Durus. Paraphrasing, I guess.
I cross across the doorway, just like next to Yahweh if I can, and I want to like question him, like, we introduce ourselves, or is this the danger?
I have no clue what that creature is.
It's an ogre. It probably speaks giant, but they don't speak it. It's a language natively.
So, Nemu, you arrive to find a building that has been out of disuse for quite a while. What I described earlier. And 2 of your friends, their heads kind of peeked around where part of the wall has collapsed enough to look in, and they seem to be in some kind of conversation. And just as you fly over to join your group, you see a massive creature within that building, curled up around the figurines.
Is it saying words out loud or just in the mental thing that he was doing?
It's mumbling.
Yeah, can we understand what it's saying or no?
Probably not. Probably not. You can roll perception.
I assumed not, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Does giant have any correlation with primordial?
No,
Got a
I'm sorry,
13.
it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, the cadence seems to be what Yahweh was saying. So, but you don't understand the words.
Yeah, but I feel like just looking at it, I know it's an ogre. It probably speaks giant. That's what I told it.
Yeah.
Yahweh.
Yeah. And you can rejoin the party. They're just outside. The creature seems to be like lost in their own mind.
And is the smell definitely from this building? Like
Oh,
it's
for
coming
sure.
From inside this building?
For sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go back to the party.
Okay. You lost Jax to the wild blue of streams. Anything y'all want to do with this creature? Are y'all just gonna walk on?
Man, I don't know. I don't want to do anything bad to him. He seems like
Yeah, me neither.
I want to talk to
seems
him, but
scary.
none of us can talk to him.
Yeah.
You don't know if he can speak common.
All right, I feel like my light on my staff is still on. Did he notice any of that when I moved around?
No.
He's deep in his thoughts.
Anyway, you would know from your very short experience with what this area can do, that it's quite easy to get lost in your own fears.
I just don't want it to think we're the monster.
Sense?
So all these figurines around it. Explain what they all look like? Are they all individually very different, or?
Yes. Now you do know from what they told you in Ticknell is that their specialization is things like ceramics and tiles and glazing. So these all seem to be made from that clay-like material and painted and glazed.
Do they look like turtles?
Some of them look like turtles. Some of them look like others of the beings that reside here in the Hollow.
If we want to hang out here for a moment, I can link with the land and see if that dark sensation comes from that thing or from something else.
I'm gonna try to quietly. I want to take a peek more inside of his hut, or inside of his place.
Yeah, if you guys are going to investigate, I'll try to do that to see if it can shed some light on direction.
Should we make ourselves known?
So what, that takes 10 minutes, right?
10 minutes, yep.
Now,
Okay.
let's let Jack see what he can find out first, and then we'll talk with this being if we have to.
Emu,
gonna try
being
to-
the curious. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just going to try to find a spot that's very inconspicuous that I can do this so I don't get
Easy
caught
enough.
while I'm linked.
Easy enough to do. So Nemu, being the curious Nemu that he is, takes a couple of tentative light steps into the line of sight of this creature. Its eyes grow massive, and then it squeezes them shut tight. And the whispering and the mumbling becomes frantic. Excuse me. Drug time. Sorry.
So he's keeping his eyes shut.
Oh yeah.
I'm
You
going
scared
to
him?
like snap a twig near the door just to let him know we're here. Like,
So you snap a twig. Yeah, you
I
can.
feel like once you make noise, I'll like stand up with my staff lit up like normal, just like stand in the doorway next to him.
So Nemu, as you're kind of inspecting these figurines, you notice that his hands don't seem delicate enough to be able to create these. You might be able to assume that the people of Ticknell made these for them. As soon as the twig snaps, the creature jerks like they've been attacked. And they swoop all of these figurines as gently as possible up against their chest and curl into a tight ball. The light enters the room, and one of its arms goes over its face to try and hide from the light.
We're not going to hurt you.
So Nemu's in the room, right?
He would be close enough to have gotten a closer. I mean, these things are quite big to Nemu, so he wouldn't have to get that close to see the detail on these creatures and how it would have taken a very delicate hand or many to craft these.
Buddy, we're not here to hurt you.
You're speaking in common, right?
Yeah.
I said my thing in Primordial.
Yeah, he wouldn't have understood Primordial. But as you call out, we're not going to hurt you. Don't eat me, 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 don't eat me.
You're an ogre, that would be weird.
One of the creatures. You're one of those creatures. You're one of those creatures. They eat them.
Ogres?
Eat them. They eat everything. Everything.
Are they?
Everything.
Is he speaking in common to Nemu?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I would say, like, try and break into their conversation. I would be like, "We are from the outside. We are coming in to help."
Oh, so you're a bit too big to eat.
I'm gonna break my this thing is
yeah,
not.
we wish you no harm.
They have not opened their eyes. Just don't break my friends. Don't break my
I'm not
friends.
gonna break your
Don't
friends.
break my friends.
You can keep your friends. You know, you could just get real friends. These are all statues.
Wow.
They get
Wow, rude.
They get eaten. They get eaten and taken
And your
and
friends
taken
get
and
eaten.
taken in the holes and taken in the holes and taken in the holes and eaten.
Well, we can be your friends and not die. Well, I won't die. I can't promise the rest of these people won't.
I'll die. Y'all get
No, no. We're adventurers, strong adventurers, powerful adventurers. We're here to help.
If you open your eyes, you can see you can easily crush Nemu.
That's true. I'm very short. No way I could eat you. I'm not here to steal your friends.
Just kind of slowly drops their arm. And like part of an eyeball can be seen. And it's just looking at all of you and taking you all in. You see their pupils dilate and regulate just a tiny bit. Jax, at this time, you link up. Now, this creature seems incredibly benevolent. Because he's in your immediate vicinity. Just beyond that, however, is not. Not but maybe 200 feet out, you sense in the opposite direction of where Nemu had flown, creatures coming out of the ground. And then about 150 feet from that, another area where creatures not benevolent are beginning to emerge.
Well, now would be a good time for you to use your giant fireball, Sully.
Truk begins to
I wanna-
focus on.
If we have a reaction or something, I want to warn this guy to like
This
take
is
his
this is
friends.
pretty far. This is pretty far.
Yeah.
Oh, he's far away still. Okay.
I think I'd want to tell him to run towards
Ah.
the.
I want to tell him to run with his friends, like his dolls or his whatever they are, figurines, to run to the west with them. Like take them and go west, and you'll feel better.
Yeah, and that will take care of the bad things.
So I'm guessing Jack shares everything before everybody reacts terribly.
Well, we hear them. I feel like coming up out of the ground, right? Like,
Oh no.
No, it
Oh,
was just
okay.
in Jax's head
Nope.
meditation.
Okay,
Jax's
sorry.
head.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Jax. Everybody wants to fight.
Yeah, I relay all that to everyone.
So
Now
the
we
first
fight.
one, Yeah, the first one is about 200 feet out. The next one is at an angle 150 feet from that one. But there are many. They are numerous. Truk grabs up their creatures, or their friends. You're gonna get eaten. You're gonna die. They're gonna take you into the tunnels, and they're gonna eat you, and they're gonna scratch you, and they're gonna eat you.
I think of those, being eaten is a lot worse than being scratched.
It's just the beginning.
If I'm being eaten, I don't know if I'm going to care about being scratched.
Were we next to the opening?
You're 200 feet from it.
Oh, they're at the opening. Okay.
Yeah, they're coming out of the opening quickly. So, this conversation is very quick. Truk bolts west. Still scared of you guys. And your Roos? Make a snoot perception check for me. Snoot check.
Are we running or fighting?
22.
A strange smell begins to emanate in the area. And you hear a splash and scratching of feet. And you realize, 1, scratching of feet cannot be done on swampy ground. 2, if something's splashing, you're probably falling from trees. And you look up. About 80 feet from you now are a swarm of these creatures climbing on the trees, lopping into the water, because they can't swim well, so they're trying to get as close as they can
Could I?
before they attack.
Could I? With
Everybody has a
Jax's
free
warning.
action while they're coming.
With Jax's warning, did I have enough time to like put a hold root on the ground?
How long does it take to cast?
A minute.
No.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to give... Oh, fuck. Hold on. I'm going to give 3rd level aid to Jax, EOA, and... Oh man, I can only do 3... Up to 3 creatures within range.
Is that 15 temp HP
10...
or max HP?
It's 10 maximum and current hit points.
Yeah, do I see this coming? Do I like hear it coming?
You would see them by now.
Yeah, so that's 10. And I'll do Sully just because Sully's squishier.
Okay.
Yeah, squishy.
So
I have
you
a-
guys will have your 10 max and current hit points.
Okay. Thank you. I have a fireball ready.
Okay. So everybody roll initiative for me.
Yeah.
As my reaction thing, can I get close enough to the ogre while he passes by me to the west to touch him?
Yeah.
I want to cast lesser restoration on him. Not certain it'll do anything, but I want to like clear his mind if I can.
That will help a lot.
Yeah, it's not in the like name of this like the effects of
Yeah.
the spell, but I want to like help him feel out what's going on.
Yeah,
and
I would say that would do
and
quite a bit.
reassure him that we're trying to help him, and go to the village, give them those figurines, like they'll trust you if you bring those with you, kind of thing.
Yeah, I would say that would help quite a bit. You notice that right before you touched him, he was wobbly and very not doing well. But as you touch him and try to give him some reassurance, His steps become stronger. Okay. As he runs forward.
Yeah, you got this, buddy. You got this.
You got this. You can do it.
I mean, sorry. You got this, buddy. You have this right in the bag, right for you. You're doing excellent.
Don't
As
get
my
scratched.
reaction, can I throw my frozen dagger and to the one that's like in the water? I don't want to like damage it. I just want to like freeze it in place if that's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Just be like
I would
a
say if you're not
saving
even
throw.
trying to hit the creature,
I'm just
you
trying to freeze it
could-
in place, not worried about damage as much.
yeah, if you're just trying to like hit the creature or like within the vicinity of that water, I won't even have you make an attack roll. And the water that creature was in freezes. So that creature is currently stuck in the water. Sully, you can release your fireball,
You.
burn your spell slot,
Don't unfreeze the one I just.
yeah, and then roll a d6.
Okay. Fireball.
What was your initiative, Yue?
13.
Yahweh?
Yahweh.
I did
Mine
37 damage. 37 damage in D6 is 5.
Okay, so you instantly burn 5 of the creatures.
Yeah,
Gone.
gone. Well,
Wait, did I say 13 for the initiative? I meant 12.
Okay, it's fine.
I didn't know if it affected anything.
No, you have your initiative 6. Make it 5? Yeah, it doesn't matter. The last 3 are Dorus, Nemu, and Soli. This is gonna go great. Gonna go great.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Welcome back. Okay, so Jax, I rolled your initiative. You got an 18 unless you want to try and get better.
Oh, I did.
You get
It was 19.
change anything, but we'll do that. The creatures above you move incredibly fast. Their claws pulling them along. Their tails swinging wildly. And 2 of them are going to jump on Dorus. 2 of them are going to jump on you.
Go.
Now, yeah. You know, these are the creatures that you were thinking of in the very beginning.
Yeah, and I'm kind of not paying attention. I'm still trying to help the ogre get out of here. So that makes sense.
Yeah. So, unfortunately,
And these are medium creatures, right?
yes, they are medium creatures.
They're us-sized.
Yeah. 4 attacks. All with advantage. That's a 17, a 16.
16 misses, 17 hits.
Natural 20 will hit.
We
So that's-
just
Can I
have a
cancel
little
my
thing.
own natural 20 with the shield?
I think it's just with anybody that you could that you can see, right?
You can see yourself.
Yeah.
I also have
Yeah, when you or
shield.
a creature you can see within 30 feet of you. So yeah, it's
Okay.
me. I can cancel the crit at least.
But the
It's
17 hit?
still a hit. Still,
Yeah.
there's still 2 hits. Yeah.
Or I
Okay.
could just like, as a reaction, runic shield that and make them reroll.
Okay, so there's 3 hits. Do you want to make them reroll one?
3 hits, yeah, I'll reroll 1. I
That's a
rerolled
15.
a natural 20.
All right, so that's a 15. Now
That 15
so
misses.
you take 12 damage.
Now you don't have to spend your ability.
And Jax, it's your turn.
I have a DM question for you.
Mhm.
Giant constrictor snake.
Yeah.
Now, as we know,
I have a GM question for you. Giant constrictor snake.
What a question.
if it's like an anaconda, because it doesn't go into any definition of it, it just is a very vague explanation of a snake. Would it be, in your rulings, would it be like an anaconda to where it can maneuver through watery areas fairly simply?
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Okay. I'm gonna see how snake-like I can be.
Okay.
Join my lizard brethren.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. They're so Jax's body morphs and begins to twist, and this massive snake. They are large. Oh wait, you said giant constrictor.
Yep, it's a huge beast.
Yeah. Huge.
Huge.
Oh, actually, it
Um,
does say your swim speed is the same as your regular walking speed, so I guess it would move fairly easy.
Okay.
Cool. And then I am going to try to constrict one of them.
Okay. So roll to hit.
$19.
Oh yeah.
And then they have to make the target's grappled. Their escape DC is they need to beat a 16.
Okay.
And then I gotta roll for damage. $12 damage. Bludgeoning.
So you wrap around one of these creatures, and their claws try and dig into your hard scales. Not able to. Okay. Buddy, however, I'm sorry, is there anything else you want to do? Okay. So this massive snake is now encircling everybody and strikes out, constricts one of these creatures, and the one it was running with immediately leaps on top of the coils and will begin attacking you, Jax. Natural 20. Natural 20.
What? Are you serious?
Wait, I saved your reaction, so you can probably use your thing now.
Yeah, I have to. I will fragment a possibility one of those natural 20s and absorb it myself.
So you're going to take the damage from it?
No, it just
Okay.
I helped protect him, so I turned the critical hit into a normal hit.
Normal hit. Does a 16 hit your snake? Snick?
Still gonna take another critical, so it may not matter.
And a 15. 15 hit the snick? Yes.
Snakety snake dead.
So let me see.
So it's like
They're
3 hits and 1 crit, right?
They're decently beefy, so hopefully I can survive this round.
Does the aid work on wild shape forms? Or is that just
So
your initial health bar?
I think it's just the initial health bar. So you take 18 damage as this creature begins to claw into you, trying to free the other. Off just a bit in the distance, Nimu, that thrum that you were hearing,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you hear it again. Be away.
Okay, I'll let the group know what I'm hearing.
So everyone's becoming huge, and these guys need to pick on something their own size.
Okay,
So I'm going to join the huge squad.
cool.
How are you becoming huge?
I use my rune of Giant's Might.
No, Jax is.
Cool.
Yeah. So you become huge.
Well, I become large technically, but
All of us or just him?
Just him.
Oh, I thought it was saying all of us become huge.
I know, that would be cool.
It's like, damn, I want to be a huge elephant. Hell
I
yeah.
know. Like, everybody goes up one size. Nimu gets to be real boy.
Real boy.
And what is the nearest one?
You can just say that there's a group of you.
Okay. There's 2 attacking Dorus, right?
There are, yes.
Would that be going out of my way if I tried to help him?
No,
Okay.
they're pretty much trying to stay within the mosses and the overhang so that they don't splash into the water.
So
Until they,
Dorus, you
yeah,
just see
they
a
can't swim.
giant lizard man charging at you with flaming swords. And I'm going to slash down on both of them.
Okay. Rolled a fiery slash as giant lizard boy.
That is not decent.
It's not decent.
Let me calculate. That's a 10.
Oh, no.
And the other one, well, 11. I have a plus. Yeah, 11. And then
Almost.
16.
Yes.
Okay, that will hit. And that will be 13 slashing damage.
Okay.
Should I waste my action surge now? Nah. Is this a bonus action? That will be my turn for now. Yeah.
Okay. Nimu or Soli? Nimu. 1 or 2? Soli? 3? A 2. Nimu. Nimu gets the next pair.
Homebrew.
2 of these creatures let go of the moss right above you.
I'm gonna summon 4th second barrier.
Okay. 23, 17, 16, and a 15.
3 of them hit.
Okay, that's from one creature.
Is that one ending its turn?
$15 damage from the first creature. It is now ended.
Okay, so 15 minus 1d4.
That's a nat 20.
Fuck you. 11 damage.
That's a 19.
Wait, what?
A natural 20. Everything's gonna hit but the 11. Nice. Okay. It's the last hit, which is great because that's the big boy. So you take 13 more damage. Now the second one's done.
Okay,
Sure.
for that second one, I am just going to like activate my stone rune, and just like my eyes begin glowing brightly, and I just, in a booming voice, stop. And I need it to make a wisdom saving throw.
The one that was attacking.
The one that just ended its turn.
Okay. Wisdom?
Yes.
A 4.
It is now charmed by me,
Okay.
and it can no longer move and is incapacitated.
Okay. Cool.
It can repeat that at the end of its turn.
Cool.
The
Okay.
saving throw.
Your Roos.
Yeah, are we still all kind of in the same like area by this hut or house or whatever it was?
We should have fortified the house while we had the chance.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kneel down and I'm gonna cast my healing aura spell. I forget what I named it. Yeah, aura of the afterlife. That's it. So I'm not sure who's the worst off right now, but I feel like it's probably me. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna take the 2d6 healing for myself this round. It's my
Yep.
action and bonus action. I'm just gonna like if I have to move, whatever, but I'm gonna try and stay within the middle of the party and try and heal them as we go.
Was it just
Okay.
Jax and you that got damaged?
Yeah, so far Nemu and
Yeah, I
Dora
guess I don't
Roos.
know. I don't have the on my phone. It doesn't tell me what the hit points of the snake is, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, it doesn't for me either.
I'm fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
Snake is fine.
if you're telling me you're fine, I'm gonna heal myself.
Snake is fine.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna take 2d6 and then that's my turn.
So as you begin healing and you just inhale with the cast of the spell. There goes my mic. Nobody saw that. Oh, except for you
definitely
when you
saw
quit
that.
laughing at me. Nobody can see it. You can hear it. My
I
mic flipped
definitely
upside
saw
down.
it.
You smell a pheromone emitting from the creatures that are dead. Name it.
Wait, the ant creatures that we've killed?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, the ones that Sully toasted.
okay.
Okay, so fire does not get rid of the smell.
But I don't know how to use that. Will they avoid it or will they like attract to it? Like
I think it's calling.
you don't have to tell me. I'm just saying like out loud. I don't know.
I mean, y'all rode pretty decently when generally in a hive mind, when one of them is injured, they release a pheromone. The one within the snake would also be releasing a pheromone. The one that EOA cut would also be releasing a pheromone.
Yeah, so maybe we're a dangerous enemy. You should be aware, right? Like,
Yeah. This sucks. We need more.
yeah, we need to kill more of them. Yeah.
I'm gonna heal everybody for. Hold on, I'm still rolling. Where's my-
Bard's features and traits are insane.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Well, you're healing everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took 8 healing that round, so I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm all support at this point. So like I can basically just heal and
I think the
off
only
everybody.
other person was Jax that got injured.
Yeah, and I got hurt too, pretty badly. So I figured instead of just healing myself, I'll heal everybody.
Oh,
Where
shit,
is
I'm
it?
sorry. I didn't see it on my phone. That's my bad.
1D. God damn it.
I thought I was the only one damaged, so that's why I did that. But my bad, Nemu. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I don't know why I'm.
It's in spirit section.
No, it's the thing that gives me. Oh, spiritual focus. Okay. D6. That's right. Okay, so wow, another 5. Holy
Wow.
shit.
13.
13 healing everybody gets. Yeah, so it's crazy. So I can use my spiritual focus. It gives me a D6 roll on any bard spell I cast that deals damage or heals. So I can use that on an AoE heal, which is fucking crazy. So yeah, everybody gets 13, and then I'm gonna do my Pills from Beyond as a bonus action.
Okay.
And I'll do that. You can move on.
Soli.
I'll do. Oh, sorry.
You look from the direction that these creatures came from. Where those 4 that you, or 5 that you crispified were? And there's more coming. However, amongst this new group are larger creatures. Very similar to the first ones, but larger. So there's another group coming from behind.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted a fireball again. I'm just
Yeah,
giving you that
the fireball.
opportunity.
I'll do the
Okay.
fireball again.
All right. This time, roll a d8.
All right. 23 fire damage and 3.
All right. 23 fire damage, and then I need you to roll a d4.
Uh, 4.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So you summon another fireball and push it out. Just 3 of the small creatures are hit by it. Many of the other ones just jump out or leap to another branch or maybe another grouping of moss. However, the 4 larger creatures don't seem to have the reaction that their buddies do. And yeah, there you go. That'll work. That's a lot. Okay.
Did you toastify the big
Burn
one?
them all up. Hell yeah.
Yeah, the bigger ones just got toasted.
I'm gonna have burnt bug legs tonight.
The smell now, the pheromone Dorus, just, it's almost the density of the smell of the ogre. Let's see. Oh, Dorus, you still have your buddies. Okay.
I have buddies. What buddies?
Didn't you have 2 attacking you?
Oh yeah, I had people attacking me. I thought you meant like I had friendlies like fighting for me.
Oh no.
I don't have that.
Well, one of them. No, that was near Nemu. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't attack anything on my turn, so I'm ready for it.
A 13 doesn't hit, but a 20, a 20, and a 23 do.
Did me attacking them do nothing?
Oh, one of them is very hurt.
meant, like,
16.
Angered. So they attacked me.
16 damage total. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, 16 to you. They kind of seem fixated.
Are they like? Can I just like observe them while they're attacking me? Are they like ant-looking creatures? Are they like praying mantis-looking creatures? Are they?
I put a
what
picture
do
of
they
them
actually
in the
look like?
group.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what they have, the weird, gross tails. Yeah, okay, got it.
Jax, it's your turn.
Oh, I don't like it, but I got it.
I'm gonna keep squeezing.
Okay. The droning stops for a brief second.
13 to hit.
13 hits. You've got technically six creatures.
8 damage to the one I'm squeezing.
Goes poof. No, I didn't take my meds, thank you.
Is it a poof or more of a gusher?
So within your coil, you feel the crack of its exoskeleton, and a wet gooiness begins to drip through your coils. All right. Let's see. These two. One of them is stunned. It's to Nemu. However, the other one, I think it's another. What was the save?
Wisdom.
Another 4.
He's just stunned.
Yep. Nemu.
Fuck off with that shit.
It's gonna hit. Hit.
Alright, I'll second barrier one of them. The reaction.
What does second barrier do?
It reduces the amount of damage taken by 1d4.
Does a 15 hit?
15 does not hit.
But a natural 20 does.
No. No, my bard has so much armor that 20 doesn't hit.
Okay.
He's magical like that. He's gonna throw his instrument in the way of the
Wow.
You
Wow.
carried that giant board all the way out here just to throw it at a.
attack. That's right.
And-
It
Wow.
saves my ass.
I
Yeah.
rolled 2 1s.
Good, fuck off.
11 damage.
Okay, minus.
Because I rolled 4 1s.
Oh.
4 1s.
So that doesn't equal 11. I just want you to know that. That equals 4.
No, plus, but there's plus.
Okay, okay.
Don't you worry about that.
I was confused. Okay, so minus 4
Right.
just for my second barrier. So, 7. Okay.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yeah. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
How many creatures are there in total currently?
Yahweh.
6 right now, and another group coming. Nope.
And
5.
okay, I'm just going to like do my best to draw some attention, stab a few.
Okay.
I'll take one off of Dorus, and the one that's not stunned off of Nemu.
Okay. Yeah, you know what it is? The one that you stunned is the one that you had attacked. Okay, so attack. First attack.
Yeah, that is a 14.
Hits.
Second attack is 18.
Hits.
Okay. What am I doing? Totally forgot.
Damage.
So the one I'm attacking, would I have advantage actually since it's incapacitated? That I stunned?
Are you attacking the one that's stunned or the one that's still attacking Nemu?
I just go ahead and attack the one that's stunned if I get advantage.
Okay.
I have the same exact roll.
Perfect.
Okay, that will be 14 slashing damage to that one. And 11 to the Ondorus.
Okay. As you slash down on the one that is stunned, there a certain way you want to kill it?
I would just stab it right through the skull.
Okay.
And then just like spread its pheromone blood onto like away from me or away
Okay.
from other people.
All right. Soli.
It's
Unfortunate.
not. I'm not done yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have
Yeah.
a bonus action after all.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Don't have a bonus action. Get out of here with that crap.
I will. You know what? I'm just gonna
Bonus
bite
action.
the one on. That's on Doru's.
Okay.
Oh, I took 11 healing already. Am I taking more, or what's going on?
No. He's gonna try and bite the one that's on you to heal himself.
I think I still have 2 on me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and take one off with a quick bite and see how tasty it is. That's a 17.
Yep.
For maximum damage, yes. So 13 piercing damage.
You slice through another, and its
How
guts
does it
spill
taste?
out. Squishy and crunchy at the same time. It tastes a little bitter. Just,
Should have probably deshelled this first.
yep, probably. Soli, unfortunately, with your fire, you have attracted some attention.
Wow.
Jesus, Sully, always getting us killed with your fire.
Yeah.
God.
Wow.
Next time, use a frost spell.
What's your AC?
16.
Did you even bother to look at the icon above their name to see what damage they took?
I am ready to make people reroll.
Ew.
There is no way this just fucking happened.
Wow.
Oh,
Is
there-
God.
You were like 3 nat ones.
Or 3
Pretty
nat 20s.
much.
Dude,
Oh.
look at all hope.
5 below a 16. For like 8 hits, only 3 hit you.
Wow.
Dude, that's so lucky for us.
So these creatures,
Got that dodge.
two of them begin clawing into you.
Yeah.
And as soon as they begin clawing in, your cloud flashes with lightning.
Yeah.
And well, no, they're blind. It doesn't matter. I don't know why they can't fucking hit you. It doesn't make sense. They have advantage. You take 15 damage. Dorus. Okay.
Yeah, I think I only have 1 left on me, right? The other 2 died.
One of them died.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cast Vampiric Touch and reach out and try and attack the one still attacking me. Got a 23 total for the attack. So he
Does so much stupid damage. Oh,
takes 10 damage and I heal 5.
okay.
Don't think I have any bonus action stuff to do, so that's my turn. I'm just trying to get this guy off of me.
Okay. Nemu.
I am going to do some things. I'm going to use my action on my what's it called? Tales from Beyond. Which one looks like it's the least hurt?
The one on you.
Oh, that bitch is going to die. I'm gonna do Tale of the Renowned Duelist, so I need to make a melee spell attack against you. So let me roll my d20s.
Against you, like it's actually me. Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, 24. Does a 24 hit?
Yeah.
Sorry, 26.
Uh-huh.
Okay, good.
Does a 29 million hit?
Does 29 million hit? Dude, there's 150,000
Misses.
hit.
I don't attack the creature, I attack you.
That's right. I'm coming after you, motherfucker. Okay, so it takes force damage equal to 2 rolls of my bardic inspiration die plus my charisma modifier. Okay. Oh my
Gotta
god.
love learning a new class.
No.
Well, plus does something, right?
So 11 damage. So I imagine.
It's not nothing.
Yeah, so I imagine. Man, God, what would that spell even look like? I was trying to go for broke and hoping I would get 2 good rolls and one shot it. You know what I'm saying?
You
But
could
I ended
have.
up with 2 completely garbage rolls. Yeah. I don't know. Am I playing an instrument right now? Should I be playing an instrument?
I don't-
I am playing an instrument. You know what? So these magical, spiritual, spiritness.
I feel like you're writing / playing the instrument. At the same
Yeah. Well, I'm playing for the group. I'm trying to help you guys out. You know, I'm trying to keep everybody in the game. Do you guys see that Viva La Dirt League skit where the bard is just sitting there playing music while everybody's dying?
Oh hell yeah, I
that's
remember
what
that one.
At me right now,
Frantically singing.
singing harder and harder as time goes on. Yeah. So I'm over there singing. So I'm gonna or do playing my shit. So I don't know how that looks, but he takes 11 damage apparently. That's my action. Fucking balls. I'm gonna healing word somebody as a bonus action. Who looks the most hurt?
Is Doris fully healed?
Yeah, I'm
Doris looks
good.
good.
Don't send me any.
You and Soli are both missing about the same amount of health point.
I am sucking the life out of this creature in front of me.
Yeah, you
Good.
are.
Okay, then I will heal myself. For. Oh, what the fuck? You can go right to hell. Told me I wasn't signed in anymore.
We were both
Random.
sucking the life out of the creatures around you.
Yeah, no kidding.
One with your mouth and one with my teeth.
All right, so you're gonna heal yourself as a bonus action.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal myself. I'll calculate that shit.
Soli. I did. I took it.
Can we actually heal the snake person? Because I don't.
You can heal the snake.
Yeah, I feel like he's taken the most damage by far, but this
Yeah.
guy, I can't see what his health is at. So
I can't either. He's got.
I'm not
I think
looking
he's.
at anybody's health.
I think Jax. I think you have to keep track of that like separately. Wow, babe.
I mean, maybe Nemu, you might be in the worst situation. So if you need to heal yourself, do it.
Anyway, yeah.
You need to heal yourself, do it. Yeah. Like save us from having to revive you. That's number
Well,
one.
and also I have so many AOE heals and big heals to keep people alive. So I'm as the healer, I'm trying to heal myself and keep myself from dying.
All right, Miss Soli.
More fire.
More fire. All the fire.
Check the icon above their name. Make sure it's the right element.
Let it rain fire.
Yeah. I will do something else. It's still fire related.
Of course.
Because that's all I have.
Breaking
Fire
dragons.
here, fire there, fire
Fire
everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah, I'm going to make meteors.
Rain fire.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I love it. Let's see it.
I want to see meteors.
I
Yeah.
told you to rain fire and you did it.
I did
That-
it. So
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have 6 meteors surrounding me.
Nice.
They're really cool,
Uh-huh.
really cool. You know, ready to attack. And yeah, I can spend whatever I want. But yeah, I'm gonna send 2 meteors to the one that doesn't look as hurt, like the least hurt one.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see here.
So,
It needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Nope.
Each creature within 5 feet of where the meteor explodes. So, but,
okay,
yeah.
they fail.
Oh, bad times for them.
No bueno.
It is very no bueno. 9 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
So okay, so do you want to just hit the ones that are on you?
yeah, I'll hit those 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So suddenly, group of 6 meteors trailing fire encircling Soli as her cloud begins to crackle with lightning. And you see 2 of them just shoot down onto these 2 creatures flying at her. And you hear just a sizzle as they enter.
Yeah.
Smoke. Now, the beginning of the round. The droning comes back, Nemu.
Oh fuck.
Everybody now hears this as he announced it last time. However, this time it is much stronger. You all look in the direction from where it's coming from. And there are 5 large creatures hovering above the ground, coming towards you. And behind them is another group of these small guys. However, you notice something odd. As soon as the sound of this droning grows in volume as they get closer and closer, they're still quite a bit of ways. Well, I mean, they're probably within like 150, 120 feet. However, all of the creatures around you suddenly stop attacking and begin vibrating ever so slightly. And the 2 on Dorus, or the 1 left on Dorus, will try and back away. Well, I'm going by rounds.
Yeah, if they leave our opportunity range, we have to choose to like not attack them, right?
Right. So are you going to attack the creature that is leaving your 5-foot radius?
I was trying to suck the life out of it a second ago, but I feel like if it's disengaging, I'm gonna let it go. Let it go.
Okay. Jax, it's your turn. Do you want to do anything as your creature walks away from you? Or tries to slowly slide down the side of your snick?
I was trying to catch him mid-slide and squeeze him.
Alright, make an attack.
$13.
Yep.
Alright, he needs to make a saving throw of 16.
Makes the save.
15 damage.
As he claws out of your grasp. No, that one hadn't taken any damage. Now incredibly hurt. You see it dragging one of its legs. Yue, did you want to make an attack of opportunity on the creatures that are trying to get away?
I'll save my reaction.
Okay. Dorus?
Yeah, I already let the one in my range get away.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm just waiting to see what these bigger creatures are gonna do or like indicate what they're doing.
Nemu?
There's still one in front of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but is it actively trying to back away? Like it's vibrating, right?
Yeah. Like their carapace like rattles against the other small plates, almost in response to these large creatures.
Got
And they start backing away.
It's so hard to like not influence the other party members.
Yeah, as
Do what
it's
you gotta
backing
do.
away-
Do what you gotta do, Nemia.
well, as it's backing away, I'll try to hit it with my whip.
They don't seem to be reacting to you guys trying to hit them. Yeah, that'll hit.
Crack them in
Nine.
half.
And so I'm gonna make with this whip. I'm gonna have it do biting chill. To make a con saving throw.
8.
All right. So its speed is now 0.
As your whip lands, and the frost begins to crackle across the carapace,
I finally get to use my whip. I'm so excited.
the creature stops moving, and then fractures, and then cracks into multiple pieces in front of you.
Yay! Eat it, bitch.
Solely the 2
Indiana Jones, motherfuckers.
on you. Is there anything you would like to do to them as you hear the
So they're not leaving. I guess.
they are?
Yeah, I just let them go.
Okay.
I don't know with them.
I think they're leaving our range, but the other bigger ones are coming towards us, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're coming at us.
As they begin getting closer and closer, and this small army, the smaller creatures, is coming along. Sound drowns out everything in the swamp. And we will pick back up there
Oh shit!
next session.
Now we're definitely gonna die.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You haven't even made it to the tunnels yet. I can't kill you yet.
So good, so good. I love it though.
We can't be killed until we're deep within the tunnels and
Yes.
they ambush us.
Yeah. You have to be deep within the tunnels. And, you know,
No way out.
no way out. Gotta face the big guy, and then you can die.
But we're getting a chance. We're getting a chance because we might be able to convince them to not like expand to the west towards the village. You know what I mean? Like we're
do
getting a
not think-
chance.
I 100% think that they can't be convinced.
No, we can. Like they're a agrarian economy. They want to like live off the land and do their thing and like harvest things that they need to do to survive, right? But they don't want to get attacked by outsiders like us and like the fucking village and everything. So
We
I
just
think we
have
have a good play here. We
we
can
just have
actually
to
communicate
believe-
with them.
We have to believe in the power of friendship.
No, I don't. I just can't believe that they want to expand and like eat everything. They have to have some reason for their existence that they would want to like live within their means, you know? Just like we
Just
do,
be
just like
ready.
humans do, just like orcs do, just like everyone does. What is it? Tortoises, just like tortoises.
So just be ready. First thing next week, we're gonna make some con saving throws. And some
Okay, well maybe they just try and
saving
eat us
throws.
then. Fine, whatever. What do I
Apparently.
know?
they're both con saving. Okay. I can't hear you, baby.
We have to also factor in the fact that they may be modified by all the shit that's going on too. So,
Yeah, they may be infused. You're right.
Yeah. So if they're infused, then it's who knows?
But I imagine if anyone's infused, it's probably the queen or like the controller of the colony.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, I gotta get to bed.
All
Yep.
right, later.
Night.
Night.
Hey, everybody.
One question before you
Cheers,
go.
Jax.
Do you
Yeah.
have wall of fire?
I do.
Of course. Brilliant.
It might come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Night.
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 Yeah, because y'all are all healthy-ish.
But I've used so many spell slots. and they've
Yeah,
all
me too.
gotten taken down by the saving throws or whatever, the Constitution saves, or the concentration checks.
Oh
So
yeah.
like I've wasted so many spells on like one turn that should have been like 10 turns long.
That sucks. And they don't do much damage. It's just they attack 4 times.
I know. I was trying to. I did my healing
Yeah.
thing. I was thinking, I'll heal fucking every turn. Then I did the vampiric touch thing, which is like I suck life out of them and I hurt them a little bit every time. But that, I mean, that's also a Constitution saving throw every time I get hit. So it's like,
What's the feat that gives you Warcaster?
Warcaster, yeah.
Warcaster.
But I haven't taken any feats. I've always taken the points, you know. 'Cause I want my spellcasting ability to be good.
But we have talked about learning feats. Like this was obviously
like
like
in
months
downtime,
ago. Yeah, like learning feats in downtime or as a reward versus because y'all's leveling is based on not even milestone. It's based on like raising the level of Avenvon, right? So there's no reason that y'all can't get feats as rewards instead. Especially
Yeah, I mean,
how many
Now that my
how many-
spellcasting ability is high, I might take a feat next time.
Yeah.
But it's like it's hard to give that up for a legit like +1 to your spellcasting. You know what I mean? Like that's just always going to be good.
Yeah, I actually meant to count up all of the bonus rewards that everybody has gotten. Now EOA is sitting on a residuum, I believe. You're still sitting on that big one? Force one?
Was it like the ball of crystalline?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that?
like the nerve bundle one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you still have that.
I didn't realize I could use that with something.
It's a residuum, so you can try. Nemu
I have 2 spent residuum crystals that we recharged the underground place, the underground
yeah,
water
those
place.
I would say those just for fun, roll Arcana for me.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if I was going to do anything with anything, that would be the things that I have like saved.
Well, we did decide that those are not big enough to technically like change your innate abilities or give you a new ability.
Right.
However,
But I think as a researcher, you know, he would be like, we have these. We know that this power came from the winds affecting the mountain in some way. So this is how the power came to be into these crystals. Like
Yeah.
I think he would use that and send it back to the council or whatever, and try and get them to research it more. You know what I mean? Like that's his thing. He's not like
Oh,
learning
okay.
as he goes. He's sending stuff back, and he
Right.
wants to like get research back from them on how to use it, kind of thing.
So you, with a 22, these might be able to power spells versus using a spell slot, using your own innate abilities.
Right, but
Um,
it's consumable.
Yeah, it's consumable. It is. So, Nemu just got a whole bunch of other stuff. Jax has gotten a couple of abilities. EOA has gotten a couple of abilities. I would say you and Soli are the ones that are probably behind in abilities as far as getting extra abilities.
I mean, I don't know how Soli feels, but I feel like I have a lot of great spells that I probably don't know how to use well.
I
Yeah.
love
But
these spells.
I use my spells to the best of my ability all the time, but
Yeah.
I try and figure out how to do it for the best of the party, and
Yeah.
doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can.
If you
I was
want
looking-
the residuum that I got, you can have it.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. Anything that Dorus gets, he's sending half of it at least, if not the whole thing, whatever it is, back to the council for more research. Because he doesn't know everything, and he knows that he doesn't know everything. So he's trying to get more like input on what's going on with the rest of the world, and like he also knows from some of the places that we've been that they have been hiding their research from him as well. So it's like the whole catch-22 of like, well, we need this to like further our research, but we also have had this research for 40 years and did nothing with it. So it's like, yeah.
This is true. I was looking solely at your spell list, and there's a spell that you have sitting in your 4th level spells, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
It's the very, very last one. I'm not gonna name it because we don't share spells.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but I love that spell.
Me too.
I can't wait until you do.
Yep.
I also have some spells that I've been saving and not using yet.
I pulled up your spells sheet. I don't remember why I did it. While you were casting. Oh, probably to read the spell description. And I saw that and I was like, I do that every so often, and I try not to look at everything else, but that one always catches my eye.
Yeah.
I have a rune that I've been saving that I haven't used yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to check on yours because as a fighter, I just say, can you tell me what that rune does again? Because like, you know, they change all the time. But as a fighter, there's not much that I have to look at your sheet.
Well, for like everyone else has like extensive spell lists, and my spell list is like 5 different options.
But that's why I like fighters. I like barbarians. I think my favorite class to play, besides a monk, is a barbarian. I freaking adore them. What do? I rage and I hit things.